Hey survivors, it's Angie, and today in this vlog extra, we're going to talk about the root of core pain. What is core pain? What's your core wound? How did you get it? And what can you do about it? All right, let's get started. So basically, the root of core pain is a statement, it's something within ourselves that causes us to suffer. It causes us to feel like we don't deserve love or we don't have love in our lives. Sometimes it actually causes us to not have love, right? So what is that? Well, look, what it all comes down to is that whether we realize it or not, each of us has some big secret, right? We have some big secret that is a negative belief that we see, about ourselves. And it is something that feels so freaking devastating that it can literally take us down an unbearable freaking dark hole. Okay, it's like falling into your own personal hell if you actually allow yourself to feel that. All right, so while everyone has different issues, everyone had a different childhood. Each of us has a particular and opposite set of like certain compensating behaviors, right? So, and this is this set of behaviors is sort of the architecture of our false selves that we also have. The narcissists have a false self as well. Ours tends to take the form of us screwing up our own lives, whereas with the narcissists, they tend to screw up their lives, but more often the lives of the people around them. Right? Interesting, huh? I always think so. Anyway, I guess my point is that personally, I spent a lot of time trying to figure out what was wrong with me and what it was that, I could, how exactly was I supposed to heal? You know what I'm saying? Like, what was wrong with me? I spent a lot of time trying to figure out, like, what was wrong with me. And the fact of the matter is that, yeah, there were some things wrong with me. I'm not perfect. I still have some work to do, like I say all the time. But, it wasn't always me. So anyway, my quest, my journey to understand my own emotional pain is what has really brought me to this point that I'm at today, where I'm sitting here talking with you. It is what caused me to, study this stuff in the first place. It's what caused me to, start looking into human nature, into like psychology and sociology and all of these things, because unfortunately your average, standard psychology course is not going to teach you how to heal the core pain, right? So, while conventional therapy sometimes does help to repair that stuff and to reprogram yourself, what it all comes down to is that most of us, our deepest fear is that we will not be loved and that we do not deserve love. Okay, and our core pain is often, we can't see it. It's just, we don't even know what it is because we are so broken in other ways, or because it formed when we were tiny babies, or, our degree of separation, from what we consider unconditional love is our, quote unquote, normal emotional endpoint, right? So the point is that, each of us has something inside of us that feels broken. And that is our core wound. That is the thing that, it might be that we don't feel good enough. It might be that we, secretly believe that we are fraudulent because we've been told for our whole lives that we're not normal and we're not right and things are wrong with us. It could be because, it could be anything. It's deeply, first of all, it's deeply ingrained into our biology. Okay, so we don't very often question this. We don't very often ask, why do I feel differently? We don't, we have this negative emotional set point. We have this, this secret. It's a secret. we keep this secret from ourselves, from everyone else. It's a secret core pain. So anyway, the point is, the very worst thing that we feel about ourselves is our primary negative, self-concept. And that is what organizes our entire self, the self that we, that we show to the world. You feel me? Bottom line, everyone's got a different threshold for abuse. Everyone has had some kind of trauma in their childhood. or in their life. Even if someone had, appears to have had a completely blissful childhood and everything was wonderful, there could have been a bully at school that caused them this kind of trauma, or there could have been a sibling who was secretly abusing them, or an uncle, or, someone that you weren't aware of, or that your parents weren't aware of if this were you, you know what I'm saying? And core wounds, like I said, it's about feeling unlovable. It's about feeling dirty, stupid, not good enough, unwanted, ugly, fat, disgusting, whatever the core wound is. Maybe, you were a little overweight as a child and you got bullied at school about it. Maybe that's where your core wound comes from. Figuring out what your core wound is, will help you a lot, because that's going to guarantee a little bit of healing for you, okay? Because when you know what your core wound is, it really influences, the fact is it really does influence you as a person. It influences who you are, how you behave, all of these things. And, it affects how you live your life. So if you want to continue to live your life the way you have been, maybe you don't need to watch this video. If you're looking to change your life and make it better, why don't you look into your core wound? So, there are a number of ways you can do this. You can, I suggest journaling about it. Write down, your earliest memories, and write down your feelings about these issues and things like this, okay? From the very beginning, when you were a child, you probably wanted to fit in, right? And, if you were being abused in your childhood in any way by anyone, you may have felt a sense of being separate, a sense of otherness, and a lot of times it's our own parents who neglect us and abuse us. And so when we look back at our childhoods, we don't see unconditional love. We don't even know the feeling of what it feels like to be loved unconditionally. And as adults, we become cynical and we go, there is no such thing as unconditional love. And I don't know that there is, except in the case of a healthy mother and child. But regardless of that, we have to decide how we're going to handle it from there. Here's someone who can love you unconditionally, my friend. That's you yourself. And until you do, no one else will be able to either, if that makes any sense. So, something to think about. Bottom line, your core wound is the thing that hurts you, the thing stuck that's keeping you stuck. It's the thing that is your deepest, darkest fear, your deepest, darkest belief about yourself. And the best way to change it is to define it, decide why you feel it, make choices to make different, to feel different things, make choices to change your life and overcome it. So if you're interested in learning more about how to discover and get through your core wound, please let me know. I've got plenty of material on that. I would be happy to share with you. Leave me a comment below. All right. Talk to you soon. As always, thanks for being a part of my life and a part of my day. And thanks for letting me be a part of yours. All right. I'll really see you soon.